Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought to yourself, where did all my money go? If that is the case, then you're not alone. I've been there and I'm sure you have as well. But here's the thing, it is not always the big everyday expenses that keep us broke. It is the things that we think are just normal, right? Everyday habits and mindsets that are quietly draining our wallets without us actually realizing it. These little things may seem harmless, but they have a huge impact on your financial future. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Fuanyi and I started my wealth journey when I was 25 years old, right? And trust me, I have had my ups and my downs. I've saved money, but I've also spent, squandered, and used credit cards for things that I did not need at all. But along the way, I have learned some serious lessons that I am now applying to help me build a seven-figure business, right? I am here to help you spot these money traps before they go ahead and mess up your future. You do not want to be 65 years old waiting for Social Security to step in and save your behind. So let's dive right into it. Number one is credit card interest. Now, I'm not here to bash credit cards, right? They could be useful if you're using them wisely. But if you're carrying a balance from month to month to month, then this is where things actually get ugly, okay? Here's the deal. Credit cards are not just charging you interest. They're charging you for things like your past decisions over and over and over and over again, okay? Let's take, for example, a $5,000 balance on a credit card, right? With a 22% APR, right? If you're only making the minimum payments every single month, you're going to end up paying almost $8,000 in interest alone. That is almost the same price of a second-hand car, right? So here's the fix for you. Stop swiping your card and start listing out all your balances and then pick a payoff strategy. You have two options: the snowball, where you're going to pay off the smallest balance first to help build momentum, or the avalanche method, where you're going to focus on paying the highest interest debt first to help you save money in the long run. Whatever method you choose, do not settle for paying just the minimum balance. That is a trap and it's going to keep you stuck for years and years and years. Number two is subscription overload or death by auto pay. Okay, you're not just paying for Netflix, Hulu, or Spotify here, right? You're paying for the fact that you forgot to cancel these subscriptions after the first month. So the average person is paying for at least 5 subscriptions themselves every single month, and they are not using all these subscriptions. You got $10 here, $15 here, which might not seem much, but if you add it up, this is thousands of dollars every single year. So take some time every 3 months or so and audit your subscriptions. Look at what you're paying for and cancel anything that you no longer need or that's no longer useful or necessary to you. And you're going to be surprised how much money you can save if you just get rid of 1 to 2 subscriptions. Number three is car payments. So we all need a car. I get it. I get it. But if you're constantly making car payments for the next 20 years, it is going to cost you big time. If you have car payments for your entire adult life, you can easily spend over $100,000 just on cars alone. And I'm not talking about luxury cars, I'm talking about regular everyday cars. The solution here is simple: buy used cars, ones that are years old, and drive that thing till the wheels fall off. Let someone else take the hit on depreciation. Stop financing your car and start financing your future instead. Your car should be a tool to get you from point A to point B and not a financial burden that is holding you back. Number four is impulse spending. Small leaks sink big ships. It's not the big $1,000 purchase that is going to ruin your budget. It is the small $5 here, $10 here that is going to add up over time. And trust me, I know how easy it is for you to just click, 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 click when something catches your eye. Use the 48-hour rule. Before you buy something, add it to your cart and then walk away. Come back in 2 days. If you still want it, then maybe it's something you need. You're going to be amazed by how many things you actually don't need or how you forget that you actually had 2, 3 items in your Amazon cart. So ask yourself, do I really need this before you buy things online, before you click and add to cart and click and add to cart? Number five is food delivery. Stop outsourcing your own laziness. Now listen, I love food delivery more than anybody else. I like to eat too, but ordering out all the time is going to cost you more than just that money. It's going to cost you your health and your discipline and your ability to do things for your own self. So that $15 sandwich you just ordered for lunch is going to turn into $30 real quick when you add things like fees, tips, taxes, and all the like. So here's a simple fix. Start cooking at home. It doesn't have to be fancy. You can meal prep on Sunday so you're set for the week. And if you have to order out, then pick it up for yourself. Don't pay for those delivery fees. Number six is tech upgrades. If your phone still works fine, then don't feel the urge to upgrade just because the internet tells you that you are behind, okay? Just listen. Tech companies are thriving on our FOMO, our fear of missing out. They want you to feel like you need the newest version of everything, even if your old stuff is working just fine. Instead of buying a new phone every single year, stick with the technology you already have. Don't pay $1,000 or $1,500 when your old one is working just fine. Why do you need to do that? Save that money and use it for something that's actually going to help you build wealth, like investing in stocks or putting it into an investment, like down payment for something that is going to help you grow your wealth over time. Number 7 is luxury purchases. So if you've ever bought something just to flex on social media, and then I'm talking to you about this one, it feels good to show off. I get it. But flexing on Insta is not going to help you build any wealth at all. So before you buy something expensive, whether it's a rich watch or a handbag, pause and ask yourself this question: would this purchase matter in 5 years? If the question is no, then invest that money in something that is going to appreciate over time, like stocks or real estate, instead of sinking it into things that are going to lose value as soon as you walk out the door. Number 8 is gym memberships. I get it. We all want to be healthy. I get it. But a gym membership is not going to make you automatically healthy. If you're paying for a gym membership every single month, but you haven't gone in the last 90 days, it's time to cancel that thing. Working out is not about paying for a membership, it's about consistently going to the gym. Instead of spending money on a gym membership that you're not using, get outside, walk, run, or do a free YouTube workout in your own living room. Number 9 is free trials. So you know those free trials? They are not free, they are delayed traps. They offer you a taste of something and you're like, woo, that's nice. Then you forget about it. Then they start charging you full price. And then when you forget to cancel, that free trial becomes $199 mistakes and that you're paying for all the time, every month, every year. Avoid this by setting reminders on your phone before the trial ends. If the trial ends on the 15th of the month, set a reminder for the 13th so you can cancel it 2 days before they actually hit your bank account with $199. And you're like, wait, where is this charge coming from? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Number 10 is helping everyone. This one hits hard because I've been there, done that. But here's the truth: you cannot be everybody emergency fund. If you're constantly helping others financially, you're going to drain yourself in the process and you're not doing anybody a favor, not even your own self. So here is the rule: set boundaries. Help people when you can, but do not sacrifice your peace, your savings, and your future to do this thing. Number 11 is buying convenience instead of building systems. Buying the latest budgeting app or the latest tool just because you think it's going to fix your problems is not the way to go. You don't need another app. What you truly need is a habit. Instead of spending money on tools, I want you to focus on creating systems that actually work for you. Consistency is the real key here to building real wealth, not buying the latest or the greatest app or the latest tool out there that you think is going to magically fix your problems. Whether your problem is weight loss, you don't need to buy or an app that's going to help you track your food or it's going to help you track your steps. If you know for sure you're not going to follow up with it, you're just paying for extra things that are not going to help you in the long run. It's draining your bank accounts and not helping you at all. Number 12 is emotional spending. Here's the thing: your bank account is not your therapist. Buying things on Amazon, binging on fast food is not going to fix what you're feeling or how you're feeling. These are just temporary distractions that are going to drain your pocket and your bank account. So next time you're feeling down, pause, write it down, breathe, and talk to a human being. Stop letting your bank account suffer because you're in the mood or because you're not in a good mood, in other words. The most dangerous financial trap is taking advice from people who have not figured it out themselves. Everybody has an opinion, but not everybody has the results to back that opinion up. So before you take advice from people, I want you to look at the results. Are these people where you want to be? If not, it is probably time to find a different mentor or find somebody else to listen to. The goal here is not perfection, it is simply awareness. If you cut 3 of these habits, just 3, you can free $300 to $500 every single month. And that's about $6,000 a year. And that's enough for you to pay off your debt, build your emergency fund, and start your first investment, whatever that is. If you found this video helpful, then go ahead and hit that like button, share with a friend, and drop a comment telling me what budget trap hit home for you. I'm Fuanyi, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's build wealth on purpose. You got this.